Hello, and welcome. I know it's been several weeks since I last uploaded something, and I apologize. School, college, to be more specific, has been soaking up a lot of my time. But anyway, I bring you to Path of Exile. Diablo fans would probably like this game. It's Diablo, but online, I guess you could say.
Diablo's an online game.
I know that Diablo's an online game to an extent, but this is a little more online than Diablo, I guess you could say. But anyway, there are 6 classes, which I actually have one of each made already. You have the Witch, the Ranger, the Marauder, the Templar, and the Duelist. But for this, I will make a new character. Let's make a Ranger.
You can't own a life. Not a deer's, not a rabbit's, and not mine. Every soul has a birth-given right to live however they will, however they can. I take from the wilderness, and one day it'll take me in return. Not that the fat lords of Oriath believe in such things. They call me poacher and thief, clap me in irons and haul me like cargo into exile. No matter. I'll make the forests and mountains of Rayclast my new home. My freedom and my bow. That's all I need.
And pretty much the whole story behind Path of Exile is, for one reason or another, you are considered a criminal, and they're like, we don't want you in our country. Let's send you somewhere else. So yes, that's the whole point to this game.
You can't own a life. Not a deer's, not a rabbit's, and not mine. Every soul has a birth-given right to live however they will, however they can. I take from the wilderness, and one day it'll take me in return. Not that the fat lords of Oriath believe in such things.
Anyway.
They call me poacher.
That's over. Reloading. 1 FPS. Okay. But there I am, unconscious. Okay, let's stand up. Grab this bow. Gonna be very useful. Talk to the dying
We're all
exile.
made it. They dumped 24 of us exiles off that ship. Guess that makes us the lucky ones. Luckier than this poor bastard beside me, at any rate. Splinter sticking out of me? Missed all the important bits. I saw smoke at those ruins up the beach. Go get some help. And on my chest...
And yay, zombies. Burning Arrow level 1. Spells in this game are done through gems. You do not learn spells, you find spells. Spells are given to you in gems. And they are 3 different categories. Green's for dexterity, red's for strength, and blue is for intelligence. Now, once I start leveling up, I will get skill points. I might as well show you the tree right now, and try not to freak out. Anyway, this is the skill tree. The almighty Path of Exile. Yes, it's horrendously huge, I get it. So, if you do decide to play this game, I recommend you look up a guide. For the simple fact of, it will save you a lot of time. Because otherwise, you will have no idea where you're going to want to be. A lot of people look at it as each class has their own designated starting area, so this is the Rangers. And a lot of people just look at it like, okay, I need to get to, I don't know, point blank. A projectile deals more damage closer I am. So they then try to plot out a path to it, and it gets confusing if you're a new player. So, yeah, look up a guide. But the way this is that pretty much you can be a ranger, which generally you think ranger bows. Not necessarily. You can turn your character into pretty much anything you want. You have Templar, that's a conjurer. But generally, any of the builds that you do see never get to the center. For the simple fact of, it's going to take you a long time to get there. And the large majority of your trees also have you go to blood magic, so your little tiny mana pool, which you start out with like 40, you never have to worry about that anymore, it just goes off your health. But anyway, since I have no points, just exile that, and we're off. Now, yes, it is Diablo-esque, and you can miss. It's not just like, oh, point and click, and everything dies. It's not exactly like that. But, pretty much, I'm no longer restricted to 10-minute videos.
I just
Thankfully.
now remembered that.
I did buy a license to Bandicam, so I now don't have to worry about 10-minute videos, so they don't just cut off abruptly anymore. You occasionally find corpses just sitting there, and you can shoot them or kick them over or whatever, and there's a chance of dropping something. But, oh yes, of course you can run across chests. Orbs are used to enchant things, which means they're kinda like scrolls in Diablo. There is no weapon crafting though, which, I'll be honest, I've only played Diablo 3, so I don't know if you can craft in the other Diablo games. But there is no crafting or anything whatsoever. You buy everything, you sell everything. There is no portal spell, you have to use scrolls.
Yep.
Yeah, superior group though. Don't mind if I do. What's so superior about it? Plus 5%. My damage gets amped up by a max of 1. To unequip your little gems, you just right click on them. We'll swap that out. The Gem of Transmutation upgrades a normal item into a magic item. So if I wanted to, I could... Oh wait. I keep forgetting that you can't have it equipped if you want to upgrade it. So now it's a crude bow of calm. I get a plus 12 to my accuracy rating. It's actually kind of helpful at low levels, because you miss everything. Oh, might as well. Use my ability.
Like that. Yells out
Otherwise,
sorry,
yeah,
but
I'm
then
still
you-
breathing. That's a good sign.
but this is a lot like Diablo in many respects.
That would only slow me down.
And now I get my first point. Attack speed or evasion. I will go with attack speed. And yes, I use guides, because I'm definitely do I apply passive skill changes. Yes, I'd like to apply. That didn't used to be there.
is that you?
What's all jumbled up in my inventory that
Funny if he goes,
but
I'm sorry.
potentially keeping me from doing
I'm
anything?
dead.
Ooh. Okay, no problem. Okay. But, this game is the kind of game, along with, well, I guess, again, once again, it's a lot like Diablo, where your inventory just gets thrown in there all willy-nilly, and you have to go in there and sort it if you actually want to pick up something else. Weapons are generally 3 in length, and 2 wide. Sometimes they're only 1 wide, depending on what it is. And your armor fluctuates. Okay, yay, Hillick. How are you guys? Nobody likes Hillick. He's the kind of guy that once you get him about half health, he gets pissed off. And then he starts pulling out crap and comes at you. Boss fight, yay! But he died. You get a twig spirit shield, a rusted hatchet, some little shoes, shabby jerkin. I actually like that better for my playtest. So, go ahead and pick
You
that
better
up.
pick that stuff up before Angel gets to it.
Get off me. Anyway, there are 3 general defensive stats. Evasion, which is more for rangers and duelists and shadows. Evasion, though, each class has their own specific thing. The ranger is straight agility, pretty much, or dexterity. I don't remember which one that's considered. Whatever green is, but I think it's dexterity. But the ranger is pretty much straight dexterity. That's what it governs a lot of. Then the duelist is dexterity and strength. The shadow is dexterity and intelligence. The marauder, which is your warrior class pretty much, is just straight strength. Your witch, which is your mage, is straight intelligence. The templar is strength and intelligence. So yeah, 6 classes. You can make them all whatever you want. I mean, yeah, if you want to have a marauder as a tech, give him a bow, go for it. You can make a dual wand duelist, which why anybody would do that, I've got no idea, but people do. I've seen. But yeah, that doesn't look like anybody's in town right now. Well, there's at least one person, but I guess not. Okay. But yeah, see, you got their little world chat going on. Yeah.
I've seen you before, back in Aurea, running like a frightened rabbit from my father and his gamekeepers. Fleet as a fox you were, even with that leg of prize venison over your shoulder. And from what I saw you do to Hillock, you've grown even faster since then. I'm Nessa, and I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of that putrid giant. I hope your speed never fails you, Ranger. It's all that stands between you and death here in Rayclast.
Oh.
Lionel's watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's medicine chest. I have many to care for, and there's only so much I can do with herbs and seawater.
Yeah, so I guess they did add in some extra dialogue for some characters, because that first part where she's like, oh, I remember you from back in the actual country, she never said anything like that before. But pretty much you just go in and throw anything you don't want to keep. Just throw it all in here. You do get identification scrolls.
I don't.
Wisdom scrolls, pardon me, that are pretty much identification scrolls like Diablo. You get mana flasks and small life flasks. They're like potions, but they refill. When you use it, it will use a certain amount of charges. Like, currently has 21 charges, uses 7 out of 21. When you use it, it restores a certain amount of health over the duration of it. And you refill it by killing things. Same goes with the mana flasks. But, yeah, and you don't get coins, you use orbs and scrolls as currency in this game. And currently I've got my little tiny things, you know, Infernal Blow. They changed the way gyms look. They have definitely, I do not remember them looking like that. Burning Arrow, oh, I've already got that. Oh well. Oh, that's a level 2, that's a level 2, okay, doesn't matter. Dual Strike, not really my thing. Fire Trap, no. Ice Nova, no. Raise Zombie. Ground Slam, Cleave, and Infernal Blow. Okay. A collection of flasks. Small flask of heat. I thought I kept all of my special flasks up here. There you go. Normal 3. Yeah, so you can have your small flasks, your medium flasks. And you can find special flasks too. You can just find default flasks, but you can find special ones, like this one dispels frozen and chilled effects when you use it. This one's just superior, so it's just got a slightly more charges to it, I guess, is what it is. No, wait, no, it recovers more mana, okay. Then you can have, like, oh look, ample, you know, steadiness. So he's got 11 extra charges and increases stun recovery during fast effect. And then this one's, you know, 50% increase recovery speed, 25% additional resistances during flask effect. So, you know, things like that. Gives you extra resistances. You know, early on, you'll probably only have 1 mana flask. A lot of your characters do tend to be rather squishy, even though you're like a marauder, somebody based off of strength. tend to get pummeled quite a bit. And then there's my dagger. I don't know why I have that. I don't have a shadow. It's the one class I don't have. Why? I gotta have people like rogue classes. I'm not big on them. No offense to anybody.
Yeah, there's a take that too long.
But, not really my thing. I understand where they could
Can't see
appeal
why
to
I'd
some
want to
people.
do that here.
A
But,
ravishing ranger, relegated to rot in Rayclast. That's the first line of the poem I'm writing
Oh,
about.
I can't switch keys.
Easy go. You could skewer a bloke with a look like that. The name's Bestel, captain of the good ship Merry Gull. Alas, my Merry Gull is gone. My crew is gone. But my wits remain, after a fashion. There's an island, a hop, skip and a wade offshore of the terraces. That's where my Merry Gull ran aground. Watched the locals spit roast the ship's doctor, but his medicine chest might still be there, amongst the splinters and bones. It'd have everything Nessa might need. Dr. Shaky Hands Opton was lousy with a scalpel and even worse with a saw, but he knew his apothecary. Explains the shaky hands, if you ask me.
Okay, but anyway, to what I was saying. I understand the appeal of a rogue class, so like can stealth and come up behind somebody and backstab. The reason why I dislike rogue classes is for the simple fact of I hate having to spam abilities. Spamming abilities gets annoying and tedious, but it's my only complaint about it. You know, it's not my playstyle. Might be yours, it's just not mine.
Hello. Bestel's ship tore its belly open on the rocks out there, trying to escape from Corsairs. The pirates took what they wanted. The scavengers took the rest. Tarkley pulled Bestel from some hideaway in the wreckage, the only one on board to survive. Whether the ordeal turned his mind, or whether it's just his nature, Bestel sails a different course to the rest of us.
Okay, but anyway. Bestel is not the captain. He took the hat from the captain after the captain died. Just clear that up.
Fine work with Hillock. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, don't tell me. We exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us the moment his blackguards dumped us in the water out there. Just live or die now. Here, have one of these. And no need to thank me. I'm thinking of myself and the others here. The longer we fighters live, the longer everyone lives.
Darkly's a nice guy. Let's see here. Split arrow. Yep. Looks like what I'm gonna get. Okay. But this game's actually rather nice. Highest character I have so far is my level 12 ranger. I'm not that. I think it's 12. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far into it, but I do enjoy the game.
I can't join your guys' team.
I do enjoy the game quite a bit.
Oh, I was never there.
Of course you weren't.
Poor Nessa. Not even a mother herself, and yet she cares for us all. And what a sickly, pathetic brood we are. May she live to have her own family, a real family. If anyone deserves that, Nessa does.
Well, look at that. Bestel's not a complete douchebag.
Tarkley, rescued from the waves. A stricken Bestel, fate's slave. From fallen crew and broken bark, Bestel lives, thanks to Tarkley.
These poems are gonna get on my nerves, I swear.
Arrow, the Merry Gull's cook, washed up on the rocks over yonder. Dead as a doornail he was, buried him myself. Then, a few days later, I see him on the beach. A little worse for wear, but upright, shuffling about. A land full of disturbing surprises, this Rayclast.
But anyway,
Hello.
I'm not sure if any of you want to actually listen to this, but
Tarkley's as good a man as you can find on this godforsaken coast. He has some wrongs to right, no doubt.
Says the
What they are, I don't really care. Not for him, we'd all be dead.
everybody always has something to say about somebody else.
Still alive, are we? The walls of this old ruin. Lion Eyes watch. Defensible enough with a few stout, well-armed veterans. But what have I got? Starving exiles with driftwood clubs and rusted dirks. Still, there's the waypoint. A piece of locomancy. Couldn't use it till I found another one out in the mudflats under a rower's nest. Step on that one and you're back here in a flash. Though I spill my lunch every time I use the damn thing.
Oh, so now they actually explain how you use the waypoints. We didn't do that. Wow. I haven't played this in a while, I guess. That's been a
The
few
Eternal
months.
Empire are some right nasty leftovers.
Probably.
Whether it's something in the air or in the water, no one stays dead in Raycast. Not the first time.
Are you on the
It'll
street?
take a little while, but sooner or later corpses wake up and go looking for breakfast.
I do apologize. I get thirsty.
Pistol's a strange fish. Best taken salted. That hat he wears? Plucked it right off the real captain's head. Captain didn't mind. Generous fellow. Had given the rest of himself to the scavengers already.
This is definitely not
See,
you
like I said,
guys.
I was not the captain. Portraying the captain.
Ness is the best of us. Not one of Dominus's
Because
exiles.
that guy didn't
A
even
wreck
get
survivor.
out of their chain.
She keeps us from losing what's left of
Even
our
tried-
minds. Salem's sweet tongue sang it right.
The guy
The
tried to
fairest
take him out.
flowers bloom in the foulest
Do
places.
damage to me with the flat machine.
And now I'm off to the terraces. Now, they're not really crabs. But,
I've not seen a wilderness like this before.
no, of course.
There'll be some dark days ahead.
Sure there will be. Some of these barrels blow up, some of them have stuff in them.
Oh, jeez. Ah. He C4'd me. He C4'd me.
Anyway,
You got
didn't I?
wrecked.
Oh no, I didn't. I thought I did. Okay, anyway. So, you've seen Mighty Flaming Arrow. You also get Split Arrow. But yes, this is a fun game. My personal opinion. You know, if you, it's free. It's an open beta currently. But like I said, I do recommend you looking at the guide if you try, because otherwise you might get confused. It's highly possible whenever it comes to that skill tree. Unless you want to sit there and stare at it for a half hour and then finally decide what you want to do with it.
Are you guys still in
And
the
if you actually find out what you want to do with it rather quickly, then awesome, good for you. You're way smarter than me. Yeah, okay, so then you get the scavengers that are quite a bit faster. Now the undead are really slow, and if you're ranged, like the ranger is, or the witch, generally the only two ranged classes, you can outrun them. Scavengers, quite a bit faster. And occasionally they have Molotovs, which gets really annoying. Try to dodge those and they're throwing at you. And then they throw rocks at you. Which scavengers are scavengers, and whatever. Get off me. Off me. Chase. Alright, I keep forgetting that those are numbered. For some reason I have an energy shield. Where's that kind of... Oh, right, wool shoes, okay. But, the three types of defense, anyway, like I was saying earlier. Evasion, which is dexterity, generally for dexterity-based characters. And you've got your energy shield, which is more the intelligence-based character. That's what witches tend to wear. Sometimes a Templar. And then you've got armor. There are hybrid armors, though. You've got hybrid armors that are energy shield and evasion. You've got ones that are armor and energy shield. You've got ones that are armor and evasion. Skills, whoa, cool. Half made. But generally, it all depends on what kind of character you want to make. Which some people do really enjoy their energy shields because of the fact of it's not a, oh, I take reduced damage, it's a, you have to get through this before you can do damage to
Yeah, 3 or
anything.
4 tanks.
You know what I mean? You don't always hit something with this. Like, can get annoying. But, you know. Ooh, another small life flask. Goody. Barrels, you can stomp on them if you just click on them, but then that happens sometimes. So yeah, in combat, I have this set to display all the time. Now, unless you turn it, oh, Molotov. And
My mana is gone.
a little more mana. There are perks that you can pick in this game that make you quite a bit more accurate. There's actually one that makes it to where you don't miss a single shot. But if I'm correct, it also makes it to where you don't crit hit. That's what I think it is. Your attacks can't be evaded. Yeah, and early on, you're probably going to get rather wounded. But whenever you die, you just respawn at whatever your base camp is. And there are special, I guess you could say kind of like boss creatures in here. Like, the one that really annoys me is, I think she's called Firestarter. And I'll probably be running into her within the next few minutes.
The worms will have to wait a bit longer for this meal.
Level up. We'll go for accuracy. I always need accuracy. Anyway, yeah, that's going to do flyers. Didn't used to do that, so I'm going to waste time re-losing some tiles whenever I have to close that out every time. But yeah, I honestly probably haven't been paying attention to how long this video is. But I will get the medicine chest and we'll turn this off. Hopefully it's not too long. And with that, or I'll at least kill Firestarter or whatever her name is. And then I'll call it quits for this video. But I do apologize, this is a rather long one. You can generally tell there's something over there. Something trying to hit it. Oh crap, there she is. I hate her so much. Oh great, what have I gotten myself into? I'm a genius. Oh god. Yep, okay. Well, I either kill her or die. Either way, I'm gonna call it quit for today. Oh yeah, sure, of course she's there. God, why don't you ever run out of mana? Bite me, good lord. I think I can actually survive this. I'm just gonna kite them. Get them away from her.
That would only slow me down.
Of course it would. Of course it would. Chest. Of course, I can pick that up. Okay, anyway. Generally, your boss type creatures glow. God, she's annoying. I wish she could hurt her own people. That would be very helpful. Did you die on the lady? God. She's so annoying. One, just in general,
My mana is
I
gone.
don't like her, so... Secondly, what she freaking says gets annoying. Fire Fuel, that's what she was called.
Oh. Just let you know you guys are spotted.
Okay, now she's dead. Okay, well, like I said I would call it quits once I did this, and I've got that done, so. Anyway, I will go ahead and call this a day. Rawhide boots. After I sue it. These rawhide boots are unidentified. Increased movement speed. That is awesome. Although I did just lose energy shield. Oh well. Grab me a corroded blade. Oh, of course it's 4 long. Why not? But
No.
I'm stupid. Anyway, we'll go on this one. Okay.
Ow!
So, with that, I bid you guys adieu. And hopefully you decide to watch the next video. Okay. Have a nice day.